Yeah, baby. Yeah, but I long you see something.
Can I get in here? You need to bake me that. You say that, baby. Uh-huh. Hey, come down here. You got us to look. Oh, then I'm saying, you walk right past me.
I ain't seen
Yeah,
that.
that's the car.
You been here a long time.
Hey, uncle. Oh, my God.
Get enough of a problem.
He always talking about can't buy it. She can't get it. I'm telling her what you said.
I know her favorite hit.
What did you want to say? What did you want to say?
No, I'm just in the suburbs, in the west suburbs. Let's go. Get me in the mud.
That's how I read
That is so that is something. I know, right?
Yeah. God, God.
I'm thinking it started at 11. Okay. You know, oh my God, okay. I'm gonna remember that. Pass it along.
Great grandbaby. I think she was. Wow.
It's off.
So, okay, hold on.
How you doing? I was looking for you at the last service to see if I did. Oh. I almost had to go get a lemon. I'm sorry. No, you don't need to put you on the spot like
All right. Really believe it. Wow. That's what I'm saying.
Get out. I want them knowing everybody.
I understand.
Ma'am.
It's Tria.
Hi, baby. How you doing?
All right. Remember we came up here to stay at your house, me and the little kids. Remember, Uncle gave the kids all them snacks and stuff, told them to stop fussing and fighting with the kids. How you doing?
May I have your attention, please? May I have your attention, please? We're about to start the service, so we would like everybody to have a seat. And what we're gonna do is, if you would look at your watch or somebody next to you, inform you of the time. Sister, let me know exactly. It's 1:02. And what we're gonna do is we're gonna try to get out of here no later than 2:15. But what we're gonna do is till about 2:05, we're gonna have the brother open. He gonna let a few people come up with their 2-minute remark, and then I'm gonna close it. And what we're gonna do for the last 10 minutes, we're gonna leave, and we're gonna leave the place orderly and like we found it. And thank them for allowing us this time to have this service to send our brother away home peacefully. Okay?
Yes, sir.
So now we're gonna turn it over to Brother Muhammad.
Thank you, sir. Salam alaikum. Takbir. 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 I'm so glad that we all know that. In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful, I can leave that there. All praise is due to Allah, the Lord of all the worlds. Thee alone do we worship, and thine aid do we seek. Show us the straight way, the way upon whom thou hast bestowed favor, not the way upon whom thy wrath has been brought down, nor of those who go astray. Say, He, Allah, is one God. He is of whom nothing is independent, but upon whom we all depend. He neither begets, not nor is he begotten, and there is none like unto him. And I bear witness that if you pray day and night, you could never thank God enough for all that he has bestowed upon thee. Our beloved brother, Andrew Craig, he has returned to his Lord, and we don't have no control over that. All of us will return to our Lord. So we don't want to be hard-hearted. We don't want to waste our time saying, damn, I wish it, why do God do? Don't make that mistake. Why do God do? God in charge, always has been, always will be. So whatever you're thinking that you was in charge of, he gave you a charge. Whatever you think you was on top of, he made you a top. All you was a bottom. You was a baby, you was a slimy piece of flesh that was shot through the ovarian tract of your mother. That's all you was. Just a slimy mutation. And then look what he made you out of. Oh, look at how good we look. You couldn't do this, did you? I know I couldn't do it. I didn't know how to make me this, but he did. So let's not be too quick. Now, Andrew Craig's Muslim name is voodoo. Well, what do voodoo mean? What is that? What is a voodoo? Well, in Islam, the voodoo is the ablution.
Right.
Or the purification. That's a pretty good name to pick. Now, the responsibility of picking names require that you try and live up to them. Sometimes we might fall short. But the mere fact that you picked the name means you at least made the effort to try. So, the purification of the ablution comes in 3 different stages. You have the physical, which you wash your body and shower and bathe and so forth and so on and clean yourself up. Then you have the physical, and you have the spiritual aspect. Or what is the physical aspect of ablution or purification? It comes from the ability to refrain physically from dirty stuff, from dirty behavior, from dirty actions, from the dirty mistreatment of other human beings. Now, I don't particularly care whether you're a Blackstone Ranger or a Vice Lord or a disciple or a Black Panther or a Muslim or a Christian or a Hebrew. You happen to be a human being. So separate yourself by purifying yourself by treating them like you want to be treated. That is the purification physically. What is the spiritual aspect? Well, we all got different kind of spiritual avenues that we go down. But the one thing that none of us seem to complain about or argue with is that there's only one God.
Right.
So I don't know what road you went down. He went down the road of a Blackstone Ranger in the 60s. Didn't sound very spiritual then, did it? Then we went down the road, well, excuse me, not him, excuse me, I was in that, I'll take that, same road. We went from there to the Black Keystone Nation. BSR, BPSA. Now, after that, we walked down the road with a man named Jeff Ford, Chief Malik, to MSCA. Moorish Science Temple of America.
Wow.
Noble Drew Ali's findings and the revelation of Islamism.
Right.
We took one more turn to Islam. Now, did all of us take the turn? I don't know. I don't care. I ain't judging you. It's on you. It ain't on me. What you do is on you.
Right.
How did you purify you spiritually? Well, what is the spirit? I don't see it. It ain't in my pocket. I can't spend it. What is it, a pretty car? Maybe it's the crocodile shoe I got on. It ain't one of these diamond rings. Is that the spirit? Because I might lose the diamond. What will I do then? Lose my spirit? Well, I don't want to lose the diamond now. But I'm just trying to make a point. What is the spirit? This seems to be the most difficult of all of the purification. We all take a bath and a shower. I hope. The physical aspect of treating human beings correctly, I hope we know the difference between right and wrong and how we want to be treated. How do you tackle the spiritual aspect of the purification of the human being? Well, who's in control of the spirit? Who told you you had a spirit? What gave you the information that a spirit ever existed? Somebody said it was something called a God. Ever since I've been born, the thing that I always was told about was God. Then they told me about Jesus and the prophets and all the other stuff. But they always said God was associated with your spirit. So how do I get in contact with God? I ain't got no cell phone number. He ain't got no Facebook page. Do we? He ain't with Twitter and Skype and the rest of that mob, is he? So the spirit is something that's innate within the human being that God put there. How he did it, I don't know. Don't even try to ask me to, oh, well, break that down. The only thing that I can give you is the small knowledge that God gave us about how to contact him. Well, what did he give you? Well, he gave us a book. One is the Holy Bible, the other one is the Holy Quran, and all kind of different books in between people that wrote about the attachment of the human spirit. And then he gave you prayer. So now, if you can manage to pray and read these books, I guarantee you, you will get a little bit more closer to the Spirit of God. I mean, I don't know what it is that they do. We hustle. Some of us is crooks. We work jobs. Some of us stand on street corners. We do every imaginable thing and every unimaginable thing. But if you read these books and if you pray, I'm telling you, it will change your life. Will do. The purification of the spirit, the application of the treatment of people, and the body. Clean it up. And it will guarantee you some kind of differentiation in your life, in your actions, in your behavior. Before I got here today, I was talking to Brother Floyd Davis Bay. And he said to me, he said, Brother Muhammad, he said, I just can't manage to see myself beginning or starting out with somebody, and then when they come to the end, I don't show up. We started with Craig on 39th Street. So now, why would we not be here when Craig comes to his end? Floyd showed me that this was a responsibility. I almost ducked. I almost said, well, me and Craig, we know one another walking down and running around through 39th Street, but we didn't really. And then he made that statement. And my spirit recognized, of course, that he was right. So I figured that I would follow that which was right. If you started with him, how you don't be with him when it comes to the end? Why ain't you that end? Because y'all had a falling out, or it didn't work out, or y'all ain't seen one another in 30 years. One of us went to jail, and one of us went to success. One of us went to drugs and decided to be a junkie and a dummy. And the other one decided to be straight and narrow, so you separate yourself from him. What about trying to help him and bringing him back around to you? What about upliftment? What about purification? What about wudu? Do we really try to reach for one another? Now, I know a lot of people, when they come up to talk about somebody, they talk about their life and their story. But the words that we say today are not for Craig. See, once you done separated yourself from the body, you don't get a chance to hear what people that are still inside their body talking about.
That's right.
So, Craig don't get a chance to hear us. We don't get a chance to know what Craig on. He already gone. This is just the flesh. This is just the body. Craig been gone. He bounced out with his Lord when he called him. This is a ritual for us. These words are not for Craig. These words are for us. We can use them or we can misuse them. It's entirely up to us. Don't get the impression that the devil is running around in a cute red suit with a tail and some horns. Right? Right. The devil you can find in you.
That's right.
In me.
That's right.
Can't find it here no more. It bounced. So if you're looking for the devil, look at your behavior. Look at your lack of purification. Look at your spirit. Not the red suit. I got a red suit. But I ain't doing devilish men in it. I'm having fun in it. Okay. Now, we all know Craig, so I don't have to go through his history and what he did and his transformation and so forth and so on. I don't have to waste our time with that. We already know that, because if we didn't know that, you wouldn't be here. So you already know all of that. So now, what do we take from here? What did we learn? What did we gather? Did we take one morsel to change and turn anything that we do? I know it's a whole lot of stuff that I'm doing I need to turn right face. But I did make an effort to do some right face work. Can you say that of your own self? Is it any right face work in you? Is it anything in you that you're doing that you like, that you love, that you would pass on to somebody else? That's the responsibility. That's the job. That's what we do. That's what we pass on to one another. The very best in us. If you don't have the best to pass on, well, don't give me that please. You remember when we was in the street, we was in the mud? Man, how's the thing? Man, it's all right. Well, where's the other thing? So we ain't looking for all right no more. We're too over all right. Where is the very best? The responsibility for that lies on you. You have to come up with it in your spirit. You have to turn it to that which is right versus wrong. Now, I already know that it's very, very difficult because wrong looks so damn good. I mean, it comes in the form of a cute in the face and a fancy in the waist, a little pretty little girl, a fine woman, a handsome man that's built like Hercules' brother. Look, it comes like that in the form of a pretty car, a new bankroll, flipping flower. You the new G on the corner. Look, it comes like that to you. That looks so good. The I-13, the Samsung 12, in your back hip pocket, real slick. Cadillacs outside. I'm telling you, I managed to come up with all that stuff without that other stuff I just said. Because I turned my spirit of knowledge. And all of the stuff that I got in the game, I lost it. Oh yeah, and my freedom too. They put me in a cell. Well, excuse me, I put myself in a cell. They just closed the door and held the keys. But they let me out of it. And I decided I would stop serving time and let time serve me. So it's your responsibility. If you ain't been in a cell, don't get in a cell. If you ain't doing drugs, don't start doing drugs. If you're doing drugs, stop doing drugs. If you're drinking, don't turn drunk on me. If you're drunk, get sober. If you're thug, stop thugging. If you're skank, stop skanking. If you're a thot, don't thot. That's the responsibility. That's what we need to do. That's how we change. We'll do the purification. Get on that. Now, in closing, I got two things I have to do. In the end, after Akbar Khan come up, I have to call brothers that might want to say something, or sisters, with regard to Brother Andrew Craig, Brother Wudu. You know, the 2 minute, the 3 minuters. If anybody got something they want to say, I need you to get in some kind of line to come up here to prepare to say it. Now, if I don't see nobody in the line, I'm moving right along. Am I seeing a line? If anybody want 2-3 minutes, well, we'll do. Anybody got anything they want to say? Come on, sir. The mic is right there if you need that. It's on. Hot, as they call it. Sir? Oh, okay. Walaikum assalam. Introduce yourself, sir.
My name is Jazz Smith.
Yes, sir.
Mustafa.
Okay, Brother Mustafa.
What I'm doing, I'll probably be up here a long time, but it's like my Abu. So,
Well, what is the Abu, sir?
fine.
Thank you, sir.
But,
All of us might not know.
yeah.
Okay.
But, yeah, he was my father and my brother, you know. So, you know, to stay on the jihad on the day,
Yes, sir.
you know, to strive toward Allah. You know, it ain't no sad day because he's gone, because we all, I'm a reflection of him. So
Yes, sir.
I think, yeah, he know we here. But, it ain't nothing sad. We love him. I'm a kid how he cared. You know, the hot side. You know, so I was representing humanity
Yes, sir.
because he was a Muslim.
Yes, sir.
You know, everybody probably don't see or probably don't like or whatever the case may be. I don't know. But that ain't why I'm up here. I'm here to represent him.
Yes, sir.
You know, been away from him from a long period of time. He last said we was, you know, we was in an awkward kind of situation. He thought he was going to go out and see me again. But Allah leaves true victories to show.
Yes, sir.
You know, I'm going to live and bear witness to him and others. But I'm truly going to miss him, but I'm also going to represent him at the same time. So, it was an honor to meet everybody in here today. Gonna be a truly sadly missed. I hope people have the same energy all the time when it comes to him. The Father's good.
Yes, sir.
You know, he is a human being, so anything that somebody has negative to say, they need to keep it.
Yes, sir.
You know, positivity rules the world. If people don't believe that, they say they draw from one God, then they are nothing. Yeah, I'm representing. I love him. That ain't gonna never change.
Yes, sir.
So it's an honor to meet all of you.
Go ahead, Sam. Yeah,
Mustafa, you through?
Yeah.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you.
All right.
Allahu Akbar, praise the Lord.
Allahu Akbar.
I'm here to represent Brother Justin, Jesus. You understand the second chapter of Peter. You understand the third chapter talks about the solid stone. It talks about the unrejected from the headstone to the corner. It's in that word. It's in that Bible. And I'm gonna leave for the benediction to my brother. You understand? I'm gonna make it short and brief. You understand? Now unto him that able to keep us from falling and present us faultless for the presence of his glory with exceeding joy. To the only wise God our Father, glory, majesty, and dominion, power. I love this brother here. on that road together many times. You understand? All the way down, brother. For those who do know. You see that.
Thank you, sir.
I'm here to say goodbye to my uncle on behalf of my mother, his sister Patricia, other family members that could not be here. From the Cred side, we love you, uncle, and you will always be with us. Rest on.
Thank you, sir. I don't know for sure, but I'm going to assume that there's nobody else that's up now. Before I turn this over to Akbar Khan, I got one verse in the Holy Quran that I want to read to you. It, of course, is the verse that is the leader of the Holy Quran. It's Surah Al-Kursi in Al-Baqarah, which is the second chapter, the 255th verse. In the name of God, most gracious, most merciful, God, there is no deity save him. Nothing that you would deify, praise, or give worship to. The living, the eternal one, neither slumber nor sleep overtakes him. To him belong whatsoever is in the heavens and whatsoever is on the earth. Who can intercede with him except by his permission? He knows all that is before them and all that is behind them. They can grasp only that part of his knowledge which he wills. His throne extends over the heavens and the earth, and their upholding does not weary him. He is the sublime, the Almighty One. Imagine this. Chapter and verse for a minute. The living, the eternal one. We don't get no eternity. The living. Never said nothing about dead for God. Always was, always will be. Now look at this. To him belong whatsoever is in the heavens and whatsoever is on the earth. You don't own you. You ain't in charge. You can't even wake up unless it be by his will and decree. I know you thought that your alarm on your cell phone woke you up. No. I know you thought your woman, your crying baby did it. I know you thought that you got an automatic clock in you that you get up because you got to go do something and you done slept and you jump out. I know you think that. He was so gracious in his mercy and infiniteness to you is that he allowed you to think that so you would continue to be in charge of you. He allowed you to be your boss. But you should have the forward thinking to realize that you ain't boss and to forever be grateful and thankful. I know I don't get up unless it be by his will and decree. I'm wrestling with arthritis and diabetes and high blood pressure and pills and telephones ringing and brothers asking for stuff that ain't got nothing to come in. And look, I just look, working me slow. I'm the cow for milking. I look, you have no idea. And that cute little girl, she working me too. All right, brothers and sisters, I'm going to turn this over to my beloved brother, Akbar Khan. Thank you very much for listening. Salam alaikum. Thank you, Akbar.
I really don't need you. I got some good love. Assalamu alaikum.
Wa alaikum assalam.
And to those of us who are here, and probably go to another house of worship, I want to say God bless you too.
Thank you.
You know, I'm not going to be up here long, but my message is to everybody, no matter what your belief system is, but I want everybody to leave here with the same message. That makes sense?
Yes, sir.
So first I want to read, this is from his son. It's locked up. It said, in the name of Allah, the most gracious and the most merciful. Inshallah, we'll meet again in Jasmine as we continue to strive here on earth. The lessons, the wisdom, and the knowledge that you have instilled in us will remain in everyday practice in our lives. It was a true blessing to have come across a great man such as yourself. At the age of 24, when we first met, you turned my life around, knowing that everything that you have instilled in me will remain here on earth as I pass this on through generations. Assalamu alaikum, Jawi Pender. I will always love you, your son and brother, Prince Rico. Okay, I'm not going to hold you long. Brother Muhammad, he was talking about how the evolution of issue was the Blackstone Ranger, Almighty Black Peace Stone, El Rukin, and the day for those who choose Sunni Muslim. And brothers always ask me, they say, Big Khan, how do you feel about the stages we have took and the path we have traveled? I say, well, listen, it doesn't matter how far we elevate. Blackstone is going to always be in my heart until I leave.
Come on!
I say so. What we need to understand, I want to read something right here. And this is the message right here. So on this path, this journey, holy covenant for the Asiatic nation. Ye are the children of one father. So that means that no matter what you call him, the cause is the cause of it all. That whether you call him by many names, but it's only one source that gives us all life.
Teach one source.
Do you know that mathematically, if you can prove anything on this earth mathematically, they accept it as the truth. Now the sun. Do you know if the sun was any closer, we all be gone, and if it was any further, we wouldn't be here. That the moon balances the water and the liquid in our body. Also, you got to understand this. A lot of people say, well, I don't believe in God because I can't see him. Well, let's look at it from your point of view. Show me the air in this room. You can't see that neither. But if it leaves, everything you can see going to leave with it. So what's more important right now, what you can see or what you can't see? So even though I believe in a God that I can't see, but I know he's the result of everything I can see.
I love it.
Because Muhammad was talking about the spirit. So let's look at the spirit versus religion. Religion is the mere ideas of men. The reason it's spiritual because you hear my words right now. This, that, the, but you can't see them. So physically you feed yourself with food. Spiritually you feed spirit with spirit. You hear the words this, that, and the. The reason you can't see them because they're in spirit form. But if we talk about paradise, I can picture paradise in my mind. If we talk about God, I can picture God in my mind.
Come on.
If you talk about life, I can picture life in my mind. So words had a power to create an image in my mind, and that image is powerful enough for me to understand that the spirit gives me what? Reality. So I got to understand that no matter what your belief system is, that it's all coming from one source. So it ain't for me to challenge your belief. It's for me to thank the Creator that you have one. It says, in the breast of one mother has given you suck. That means the Mother Earth. That means that the only reason that we live and the only reason that we have life, because we all get the energy from one source, and that's the Mother Earth. So if you understand, I say the Heavenly Father and the Mother Earth, that means that both of them have to interact, because if not, we can't live.
I understand.
That's why your father planted the seed, but your mother had to carry it. And what happens spiritually in those 9 months, they give you theories about it, but humanly, you cannot explain the connection. I know it went on somebody's head, you would marinate that on the way home. It says, let the bonds of affection, therefore, unite thee with thy brother, then peace. Let's dwell on that a minute. Then peace and happiness may dwell in thy father's house. So that means that no matter where I go, I got to realize that I'm a temple. And I got to realize, because they say carry the Quran in the highest shelf in your house. Where's the highest shelf in my house? Right up here. This is where I house my belief at. It didn't say, may peace dwell in thy father's house. That means no matter where I go, that what I got to exemplify is peace, because all I got to do is go to my house and get it. It don't mean to come here and be condescending. And if you don't know what condescending means taking on an air of feeling of superiority. Because you might be doing a little better, don't mean you better.
That's right.
Teach them the condescending.
Because listen, if I truly believe that Islam means peace, then I'm here to help the unfortunate as well. Now, do I allow them to make me a doormat? Absolutely not.
No, sir.
Do I allow them to take advantage of my understanding or my peace? No, I do not.
No, sir.
But because of my belief and because of the peace, then I know when it's time for me to be willing to do whatever I can for them, like somebody did for me.
Yes, sir.
Now, it says that when you separate the world, remember the relation that binding you to love and unity. And prefer not a stranger before their own blood. Let's look at that. Prefer not a stranger before their own blood. Because they say you got to know your brother in the light as well as the dark. So how do I know who's a stranger? They say by your words, works, and deeds. That's what separates us, your words, works, and deeds. Not your belief, but your behavior and your action. Because listen, I'm not going to be a part of nothing wrong. Period. And if you got dissension or wrong, because listen, man, if you had some ill feelings about that brother gone. So how can you still have ill feelings? How can you still have resentment? And how can you still, you understand me, feel a certain kind of way about this brother? That don't mean something wrong with him. It means something wrong with you.
Teach them the hater.
Because love and unity is the call of the day, and love. Listen, I don't care what your belief system is. I'm still going to respect you. I'm still going to treat you like a human being. And I'm still going to love you. But listen, make no mistake. I'm not in the turn the other cheek mode. Now, if you there, alhamdulillah. You know what I'm saying? I'm not gonna put my hand on your cheek, but I'm not gonna turn the other cheek neither. That's right. You know, and the only reason I'm just making that clear is because, listen, they say humility is the ideal state for me. That means no matter what happens, I got to be willing and able to humble myself. That's right. But that means if, you know, look, they got 3 O's. You know, if you know anything about detox, when you blow 000, that means that you clean. But sometime in life, it's got 000. And what them 000 represent, out of order. And if you out of order, that means you need help. Quick. So it say, if thy brother in adversity, assist him. If thy sister in trouble, forsake her not. So shall the fortunes of thy father contribute to the support of his whole race, and his care be continued to you all in your love to each other. And so what that means, brother, that if it's any brother, whether he's Blackstone Ranger, Black Peach Stone, El Rukin, Sonny Mother, if you got any ill feelings, any resentment, or any type of problem, this is 2021, man. It is your responsibility to try to get with that brother and make some peace, man. Because life is too short. We don't really have time to really have any type of ill feeling or poison somebody else's mind against another brother. We don't have time for that. All you got to do, if you see something a brother got and you like it, just ask him how he got it. Because listen, God wants us to have things. He just don't want things to have you.
Teach!
So you're supposed to prosper. Because when you prosper, you some hope for me. You know what I'm saying? So I ain't got no ill feeling or nothing about what nobody got. Because listen, I don't even want what they got. Because what God got for me got my name on it already. All I got to do is get spiritually in shape to receive it. But if I keep walking around here with these ill, because you know what? See, a lot of us talking about we believe in God, and a lot of us talk about a lot, but you don't even understand the spirit life. Because when you understand the spirit life, it means that the things you really want, that you can't buy. Right. You can't go in the store and say, give me a pound of peace. Come on. You can't go in the store and say, give me 2 pounds of morals, principles, and values. Yeah. You can't go in the store and say, give me a basket full of love. Come on. These are things, are attributes of your spirit. And the more spiritually grounded you are, the more abundant your blessings gonna be.
Teach!
So that means that you talking about God, but you living like the devil. And like Muhammad told us, look, devil ain't running around in no red suit with no tail and no horn. All you got to do a lot of times to see the devil just get in the mirror.
That's where he at!
You know, they say the vampire couldn't see his reflection. And if some of y'all stand up, y'all look in the mirror every day and can't see yours.
Say that. Come on.
Teach on the blind!
Because you think your reflection in that mirror is what you physically see, but it ain't. But you're able to see, you don't even need a mirror to get in contact with it. And that's your spirit. And I'm going to tell you, when you're the closest to your spirit, just do some spiritual study. When you're the closest to your spirit is when you get ready to go to bed. Come on. Did you know that? Also, when your spirit talks to you, did you know that it don't lie to you? All your spirit is doing is telling you who you is. And the reason you don't want to accept it because you don't want to accept the truth about yourself. Somebody that's in here dirty and low down, you think they don't know it?
Teach on low down and dirty.
Somebody sitting here that's unrighteous, you think they don't know it?
Teach on him.
The lower self gonna make sure you know it. And people in here that's living right, you think they don't know it? People that's in here living a spiritual life, you think they don't know it? People in here doing the right thing for the right reason, you think they don't know it? The only reason when you talk about the lower self, you know the only reason people get disturbed? You know the only reason people get to move in their seat? Because the truth is a powerful mechanism.
That's right.
It has the ability as well as the power to always hit its target.
That's right. Teach the target.
So if it's bothering you, that's because it's the truth. Because a person that's upright, independent, and fearless, it doesn't matter what you say because they know themselves.
Right.
But a person that's condescending, you're going to always have a problem because you don't know how or have the ability to live a spiritual life. And the only way you're going to be able to do that, you're going to have to establish your relationship with your Creator. So you need to, don't just understand me, look at somebody else. You need to look at your belief system. Because when you show up, your beliefs show up.
Yes, sir.
When you show up, not only do your beliefs show up, but your beliefs show you who you is.
Yes, sir.
So you just can't talk this. The spiritual life is not a theory. You have to live it.
That's right.
So who did this go to? Somebody told me when I get through reading, you read in the back. So, Brother Muhammad,
Yes, sir.
we said about 2:05, so that's
About 20 minutes away.
yes. So you can come on back up, brother, and close us out.
Okay.
Yeah, we got 20 more minutes. Well, Brother Muhammad gonna come up and close us out, and when Brother Muhammad gets to close us out, could we please look around our chairs, see if we set anything down? Please don't leave your cell phones or any of that, and look around and see if you set anything down, obituaries or stuff you might need, or left. Come get it. And Brother Muhammad gonna close us out. That's from his son. His son is locked up.
Oh, don't leave yet, y'all. We just got a few more minutes. We're going, Brother Graham, can you turn this casket in an easterly direction? Thank you, sir. We're going to set it. I beg your pardon? Say it again. Oh, I'm sorry. Okay.
After the repass, after we had this, the repass is gonna be at 5100 South Just Lane. The repass will be at 5100 South Just Lane. That's what we're gonna gather to eat at right there. That's where all food will be delivered.
Okay, now.
Go ahead.
Okay. Y'all heard 5100 South Justine, the repass food and commiserate. Okay. The Janazah prayer. This is the prayer for the Muslims. What we simply do is we turn the body's head in the easterly direction. And all of us turn in the easterly direction. Now, it's my responsibility to lead the prayer. So as I lead the prayer, the only thing that I do is to say the Al-Fatiha prayer silently 3 times. And then in between, after I get through with the interval of the prayer, I'll say Allahu Akbar. And then we'll repeat it 3 times. Al-Fatiha prayer silently. Then I'll say Allahu Akbar. Then you'll say it 3 times. Then I'll say the Al-Fatiha prayer again. Then we'll do it 3 times again. Al-Fatiha prayer, then 3 times again, and we out. Okay. I'm saying it silently so you won't know until I say Allahu Akbar. Okay. Allahu Akbar.
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 Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Allahu Akbar. Thank you, brothers and sisters. Salam alaikum.
Amen.
Good.
Amen.